Okay, so installing the plugin, the first thing you need to do is open up their Outlook. And mine will take a second, but everyone assumes that, and there's different places to find it. It depends on how updated their Outlook is. But you know, a lot of our operating systems are 64-bit, so you would assume that we had a 64-bit Outlook. But in almost every case that I've looked at with all of our salesmen and with you guys, your operating system is 64-bit, but then your Outlook is actually a 32-bit, and there's two different versions for CRM, so you need to double check this. You want the one that pertains to your Outlook, not necessarily your operating system. So if I'm here, this is in my version. In your guys' version, it might be a little bit different. I think Jess has an updated version of Outlook. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's under help. So for me, so then you can see it says version right here, and 32-bit is listed right here. So that's how you know. I think it's called like account settings or something in the updated version. But you guys can kind of play with it and let me know if you have any questions, because I can go in and find it for you too. You're gonna type in, and I would just go to Google every time and go to Microsoft Dynamics plugin for Outlook. It doesn't matter if it says Outlook 2013 or whatever. I want to say, oh, here it is. So it's this. It's usually this first one. You'll see it, Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2013. I think that's it. 1 second. Double check. Yep, this is it. And then you click download, and then see where it says 64, and then there's this 386 one. So 64 would be for 64-bit operating system, which we don't want. So it's always the second one usually. So whenever it says 386, that's the one that you want to select, and then click next. And then you'll see, no, I don't want that. And it should basically start downloading on its own. If it has like that pop-up blocker, obviously just say, okay. Go ahead and click run. And you'll start to see this thing downloading here at the bottom. You can't have Outlook open when you're doing this, so that's why you want to make sure that you check their operating system. I wouldn't even bother. Okay, so it looks like it just disappeared, which is kind of annoying. So you X out of that part. You're gonna go ahead. There it goes. So it opened up. So this is the first screen that you'll get. Sometimes you have to like open the Outlook in order to make this thing pop up, but this is what you're looking for. So as soon as it highlights their name, it'll be whoever computer it is. Just click OK. That's where the file is gonna go, and then it'll go through this process now of extracting these. This is linking, because CRM as we have it, is on a cloud. Oh, excuse me. And so we want it to be linked to the plugin that's for CRM for the Outlook, and that's how those emails get tracked back and forth. And that's also how the reminders pop up. So really, really too funny. Okay, so then obviously the next screen is going to look something like this. You'll see that this is like the language pack that it's installing. It's looking for all the files on your system to double check. This is the point. I have it on the procedure thing, but this is the point where you want to click options, and you want to click the offline capability. If you don't check that, the salesman's going to call you back probably in a couple weeks and be like, there's something going on with my CRM and my Outlook, like it's not letting me do stuff. So you need to make sure that you go to options and check that, and then click install now. So I just wanted to make it a point, like that was the biggest point that I wanted you guys to see before. I mean, I want this to work. So okay, so yeah, no, for sure. The installation completed successfully, blah, 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 whatever. So you can click close here, and this is where I think it's going to make you open Outlook, and then it'll show you the little screen that you need to use all your credentials. So give it a second, and it kind of sneaks up on you. So dun, 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 dun. Come on. Okay, this is where, okay, so it looks like, I don't want my Outlook to open up as I'm doing this part. Okay. So it looks like there's like nothing in here. Obviously, you don't want to just click test connection. What you want to do from here is you click this drop down, click CRM online, and then you click test connection. and you're going to get an error message. Okay, this is totally fine. Like okay, no big deal. Because then what happens? This comes up, and as you can see, this is not the username that we use to log in to CRM. We use our emails. So all I would do is click go backspace. So obviously Caitlin W is correct, and then we use @drycogroup.com, and then I type in whatever my password is. When you set up a new user license, I'll show you. It'll send you like a temporary password if you want, or you can just, when you're setting up the license, you can make it whatever password you want. So then at that point, you just have to remember whatever you make it for the salesman, or if the salesman's like, yeah, I want my password to be, Christmas123 or something like that. I mean, you can just type it in there so you'll know it automatically. So I'm like this. Yes, Jess. That's exactly it. No, because I guess I could. If I know that I kept Joe Noarks because he was calling me every other week for his password, but otherwise, no, not really. I mean, you can reset their password super easily, and I'll show you how to do that too. But I mean, it's not a big deal. And then you want to click. You always want to make sure that this needs to be clicked. Remember my password, connect me automatically. That has to be clicked. If it's not, then every time they log into Outlook, it's going to give you an error. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK there, and then that'll go away. And this is where it says organization. You're always going to pick Dryco. The Dryco 1 is our sandbox, and I'll show you guys that whole instance later. But so pick the first one. So pick Dryco, and then click OK. And then you'll see now it's connecting with our website, with like the website that we use to install everything. And this should only take a second. I don't know if it should let me, but it's like down, you can't really see it right now, but if I click on my start menu too, see how it shows like this diagnostics button? So like this is just, that's like the breakdown of some of the stuff with CRM. Sometimes if people are getting errors, this is the best way to fix it. So go to your start menu, the diagnostics, and when it goes to advanced troubleshooting, click enable and then click save, and that should fix some problems. I don't know if there's like some add-on that like turns off sometimes or gets funky, but that's a really quick fix most of the time for some of the guys. So, all right. So I don't know, because when it comes to training, I don't know. I have no idea. I would like it to be one of you guys, but at the same time, I think if I told Joe that, his head would explode, because the whole reason why Jess came on board and why Annette's doing what she's doing is to get business in the door. And if you guys have to stop or cancel a lunch and learn or something, I don't know, if something were to happen and you guys had to train instead, I don't think Joe would approve of that. I don't think that's not your purpose of your guys' job. You know what I mean? So I don't know yet. Well, yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I do. Okay, but now this is installed, so you guys are good to go. They should, the way to kind of test and make sure, click on the CRM tab at the top of their Outlook right there, and if all these buttons are like clickable, like they're lit and they're working, then that means you're fine. You click like new email too, you'll see the track and set regarding buttons. They should be lit and able to work too, and then you guys are good to go. So